let's talk about the squat. At our fitness event, we assessed a squat. A squat is a very natural movement that our bodies are designed to do all day, every day, multiple times a day, in many different ways. And if you think about how we evolved as humans, we didn't have chairs to sit in. We're designed to squat, and squatting is good for our mobility. Squatting is good for our lower body strength. It helps with circulation. It helps with lymphatic movement. There are many good reasons to do a squat. I think we'd have a lot less hip pain, a lot less knee pain, better balance if we did more squatting in our lives. So since we really don't have a lot of opportunities to squat throughout the day, we have to build them into our day. So the results in our pre-fitness event were 61% of the people could not do a good squat relative to the standardized testing that we used. So it's part of that standardized test that we use because it is very predictive of how well your body can move if you can or cannot do a squat. So Kaylin, who just turned 25, is actually going to demonstrate for us that sometimes even younger people, because Kaylin's been in, how long have you been in higher education now?
8 years.
7, 8 years straight. So she's been sitting at a desk and studying a lot. So probably not doing a lot in the squatting position. So go ahead and do your best squat for us, Caitlin. So the things we're looking for: do the arms stay in line with the ears, and then go ahead and do your squat. Do they stay in line with the ears? Do the arms stay in line with the lower legs as she squats? And can she get her hips to her knee level or below? Go ahead and go as far as you can. And then if she goes a little too far, then she can't stay up. She goes backwards, which is why we had the padding back here for people. So the question is, why? Can you tell in your own body what is limiting you and why you can't quite get to where you want to be?
For me, I think it's the ankle flexion. I don't think that my ankle flexion is near to the point where it should be. I also think my core strength could be improved. I think both of those things would help, especially as I lower more towards the ground.
So one of the other things that we tested was ankle flexion and ability to appropriately contract your core. So doing a squat is something that's going to help you work on that, and I'm going to show you how you can work on that. So Kaylin, switch spots with me. So I am a little bit older than Kaylin, but I've been working on my squat for a long time. So I can bring my arms up to my ears, and I can squat back, and I can get my hips quite a bit lower than my knees.
And here you can see that if I were to draw a line here, that would be the same line that her arms are in, right here. So this is the same line, same with her lower leg.
And I can come right back up. So I have really good mobility in my lower body and really good strength, not just for my age, but for all ages. So how do you work on those things? So one really good way to work on your squat, especially if you feel like you have a little bit weaker of a core or not quite enough. Sometimes it's not about ankle range of motion, but it's about the strength in the front of your calves to hold your body forward as well. So if you have something heavy, this is an 8-pound heavy ball, but it could be a gallon jug filled with water or a heavy basket or anything that's enough to counterbalance you. So if you go into your squat and you hold this in front, sometimes that's enough to counterbalance you so that you don't fall backwards. So let's see if Caitlin can do it. She didn't know we were going to do this. Okay, so just hold it out front. Good, see, she can get her hips down to her knee level with that counterbalance. So most likely it's the strength in her core or the front of her calves that's preventing her from being able to do that squat. So this squat also tests your shoulders. So that's another way to do that is the hang bar test or the hanging, which we talked about in another video. So hope that was helpful. Thank you.